Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P4, thinking right out here in my lab. What I do. Today I got a good lesson for you. I hope you like it. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with the message in the story for life. I give life lessons. Today's gonna be a good one. Life for real. Okay. I appreciate you tuning in. Numbers looking good. We got a good thing going. That's right. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Give you something to do for yourself, better yourself. Right thinking is a way of life through mental and spiritual discipline employed daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission for all right thinkers to do just that. And I get excited about that, sorry, but that's the goal of my purpose for being what I'm doing as a right thinking philosophy teacher. I want everybody who follow my concept to get out of it what I think you should, which is knowledge of self. So you end up knowing thyself. That's the purpose. That's my agenda. It's not a secret. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. I love them. You teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock. I'm here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. That's who you want to be. But all these persons also reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my eye, be true. I was having some fun and I was thinking of this concept. And I've been going through this mind healing and mind changing, life changing, thinking, right? All that good stuff. So let's talk about, I did this a while ago. I'm going to bring it back. Right thinkers, let's talk about the caterpillar syndrome. What the? Caterpillars become butterflies. Ignorant people become enlightened beings. Get the concept? That's where I'm going with this. Caterpillar syndrome, aka metamorphosis or change. Quick note: if you have friends, and we all do that, we grew up with, and you ain't seen them in 10, 20 years, or a long time past. But when you saw them, y'all got a station in life, pretty much y'all was doing whatever you're doing, be good or bad or whatever. But then you see them again over a period of time, and they still there. Caterpillars. They never changed to become a butterfly. They stayed ignorant. They didn't become enlightened. My man died ignorant. So it's a way of life. Unless you want to or aspire to do and get better, you're going to stay a caterpillar or AKA ignorant. Let's talk about it. We all have, excuse me, caterpillar syndrome, AKA metamorphosis. We all have to do it. That's what we're born here to do. So just a heads up. Let's go. Metamorphosis. The definition is the change from one state of being to another, aka lower state of mind, higher state of mind. Ignorance, knowledge. Tadpoles come out, they end up becoming frogs. Life, we come out babies, we go to teens, we grow. So everything is changed. The seasons change, everything changed. So get used to it. But to be a spiritually enlightened being, that's the change that right thinking philosophy offers you. Let's go. Metamorphosis is the goal of right thinking philosophy. My goal is to get you to change, to be your best self. Caterpillars are ugly, but they slow, yeah. But when they change, they become beautiful, one of a kind, majestic things. That's what the spiritual concept I'm trying to get across to you. That's what becoming spiritual enlightenment is all about. Gaining spiritual knowledge so that you can learn, practice daily, and you will change. Metamorphosis, there will be a change. That period when you're going through and people mocking you, laughing at you, that's change. You putting up with it, you dealing with it. But when you get where you want to go, they'll see you in all your glory. That's the difference. I have been, perfect example, on my spiritual journey, right thinking philosophy for 10 years now. Started this 2013. Now, I'm not the same dude I was when I started this journey. Change. I was a little apprehensive. I was a little unsure. I was, hesitant, not really confident when I was doing, hoping it worked, freaking hope people, all that. That's all gone. Change. That dude, mm-mm. Finished product. All right, here you go. In life, the metamorphosis is a normal process that we all go through, from babies, infants, to young teens, to adults, and then to old age. That's a process, and at everyone is what? A change in mental, physical, and concepts that you live by. It's okay to be young and have some mistakes, have some flaws, but you know, to repeat the same thing over again, that's insanity. So you want to grow, you want to change. And some people decide they're comfortable in their position or their station in life, so they ain't gonna try to look to change. If your ego is and you're successful in your ventures of being equal, your personality ain't gonna change. The people are gonna hate you, they're gonna despise you, talk about you behind your back, but they're gonna respect you because of the position. That's not a good situation. That's the difference. And when you change to be a better you, they'll notice. But if you still say the same, they'll notice that too. Right thinking philosophy gives you self-knowledge or knowledge of self to what? Help transform all right thinkers' character, thinking, and personality to be their best self, aka knowing thyself, to become an enlightened being, meaning you're gonna put some work in, you're gonna do some things, you're gonna learn some things, you're gonna implement some things to make that happen. If a caterpillar just don't go into the stage, the metamorphosis for the change, he's gonna die a caterpillar. Nature don't care. They said, well, why God let bad things happen to good people? That ain't what God control. Again, every individual is responsible. Okay, watch this. We are born to what? Change. You got babies coming out preemies 3 or 4 pounds, and they're gonna change. Okay, in life. I'm still my essence of who I was. That guy right there, pretty much, I'm still him. But the essence won't change, but the ego part of me, the ego that controlled me at that time to do the things I was doing, knowing it was wrong, but still doing it. But once the consequences to pay, that lesson to learn. I don't do that no more. Again, change. We all grow in size and stature and knowledge, etc. But spiritual growth is the change of human beings that right thinking philosophy want for all my spiritual followers. We are spiritual beings having human experience, so we need spiritual knowledge to live by and understand. You call it God, whatever you want to do, but this is a spiritual thing. We are born into the world to what? Change what? From not knowing to what? Knowing. Right thinking philosophy does just that. Teaches you about who you are. So then you can know thyself. That's my goal. That's right thinking philosophy, whole point. Maya philosophy, Shita, Netta, Semitawi, all of it is for every individual to become spiritually enlightened, reach their Nihas level in life, and be their best selves and enjoy your life. Enjoy mine at this point. I work hard at what I do every day, and I love it. So when you do what you love, you don't work. Okay, you labor of love. All right, watch this. When you see a childhood friend, I did this lesson, and after 30, 40 years, and they're still in that same place in their life, caterpillars, ignorant. Why? Change is inevitable. You have to change. Unless you're perfect, unless you got everything together. I make the statement to my students. Before you can start helping somebody else and giving advice about life, you should have yours together. That's what they call them, master teachers. That's what they come sages. Why? They got theirs together. That's the title that goes with them, for them who do just that. I ain't got my hat on, but yeah, I claim to be a sage, but I prove I am. Moving on. The title don't make me. I live up to the title. That's why I got it. Where we at? Okay. Now, I love when I'm told how much I change. Mm-hmm. Friends, loved ones, any old friends. So when I walk up on somebody I haven't seen in a while, the first thing they tell me, man, you looking good. What you up to? I'm doing me. I'm spiritually enlightened. I'm an enlightened being, have my human experience, enjoying the ride. But I teach others how to do that. So call me a sage. All right. From old friends to new, they see a change in you. That's what right thinking will do for you. You need to change you so people can see and recognize. You know the difference between the caterpillar and the butterfly. Everything changes. Yeah, except what? The ignorant people. It was what? And I don't say that to say no, just that he had his own life and he served himself through all his life. So when he got to the end, he got no kid coming wide. You can't save you. You can't bless you. See? So if you're going to self-serve you, that's only going to be good here. Don't count in the end. Moving on. I told you, 3 years in prison made me change my life. But you don't have to go to prison to change your life. You ain't got to be bad or do something to make that change. Young people, when we give them the truth, it ain't about changing. They grow into it. It changes automatic. The growth is human. It's natural, excuse me. Some people, watch this, continue going back to prison, meaning they didn't get the lesson learned, so they're going back, they're going to repeat the same thing. That's Ouroboros. Young people know it as buffering. You see your computer start just when you got no signal, they got nothing. That's what you're doing when you're wasting your time doing something that you know or you should know didn't work when you did it before. To go do it again and think it's going to be a different result, that's insanity. You don't have to go back to prison. Some people have to go back to why? Until they what? They decide to do what? Change. If your life is not going the way you had planned it, and most of us don't, very few of us, life is the way you planned it because very few of us are that focused and that laser focused to do just that for themselves. That ability to do just that. But in life, that's what you want to do to succeed. That laser focus to get where you want to go. No distractions. What is this? And when you life ain't going to plan. How long will you continue? How long will it take you to realize you need to do what? Change. If it didn't work yesterday, it didn't work the day before, didn't work last week, why are you still doing it? Just a word of advice. Come on now. I know some of my old friends, watch this, who are set in their ways, even if it's wrong. I still know career who's still doing that. Why? If that's what you do, and that's what you're good at, well, it'll show why, because you continue to do it. Some people still are. I got no problem with that. I'm not one of them. Okay, I made the change. Okay, but again, when you're doing something, even if it's wrong, if you're good at it and you like it, it ain't hard. Again, ever since I had my metamorphosis, all I want to do is what? Help others to do the same thing. Right then, philosophy, whole goal is to have everybody make that metamorphosis from being ignorant of self to know thyself. That's my goal. That's my purpose. Simple. So that's what I do. What I do for you. Let me wrap this up. Appreciate you tuning in. I got 2 more lines to go for you right there. Now, next one is change is a part of spiritual growth. You start out ignorant. You don't know. But when you study, you implement what you learn, the spiritual truths, put them, bring them to life, manifest them. Oh, now you're spiritually enlightened. Now you know. Gnosis. I was spiritually ignorant, aka dead spiritually. I didn't concern myself with God. I wasn't God conscious at all. Okay, nothing spiritual about me. And back in them days, my best customers were the churchgoers. That they got a church, they came to get their stuff from me. I didn't think twice about it back then, but yeah, that was my best Sunday 1 o'clock. Again, what they do. We do what we do. Of course, you go to church. Because you go in there and hoop and holler and raise the roof and, profess to be all that. It ain't what you do in there. It's what you do when you leave there. And if y'all in there holier than thou, didn't leave the church, go to the drug man, how holy are you really? So that's just from experience. Again, change. Spiritual people do bad things too. Until they what? They get better and they wake up and realize, I'm not doing that no more. That's called waking up. When you're doing things wrong, willingly, intentionally, you have to what they call you sleep. You're ignorant until you wake up and realize that you won't continue to do that. That's what I'm saying. I got a lesson coming for you guys. Side chick syndrome. Just throwing it out there. Your heads up. So moving on. Now my body changed when I stopped what? Working out. I got dumpy, Tell a story. I looked in the mirror about 5 years ago. I said, dude, oh, you can't have that. All this, and this is just, so I got in shape. Again, I worked out daily, and guess what? I stopped working out daily, and I got what? Fat. But again, you don't use it, you lose it. But I started what? Working out again, went daily. And for the last 5 years, my body back to where I want it. I'm in control of that also. So having control of the mind, body, and spirit is the complete package. If you just got one or two, you ain't complete. So bragging about, well, I got a good heart. My heart's good. Okay. Well, I'm smart. I'm smart. Okay, but you in shape. You putting that stuff to use. So knowing something, not using is just like not knowing. So again, moving on. My spiritual growth changed my life for the better. Now I live a happy and fulfilled, spiritually disciplined lifestyle that works for me. That's all I care about at this point, and that for me is a change. Okay? Watch this. Because you're religious, again, don't mean you're spiritually awoke. You can believe what they're telling you, and unless you're putting it to use, if you can go to church high, you can go to church and get high and be in church. You ain't really doing nothing. You just being there. So unless you're using what they profess, you're no different than nobody else. And I had that question from my pastor. I said, church people different than street people? No, brother, right? He was truthful, and guess what? I get it, I understand it, so I have a problem with it. Again, I'm not calling out as hypocrites. I'm just laying out there. That's up to you. That's your job. Okay? But you are spiritually people. Because you go to church, don't mean you're spiritually woke. Right thinkers know themselves. They are woke. That's the difference. They're not believing. No, they know. Why? Because they put the work in daily. When you become spiritually enlightened, you will have what? Reached the highest spiritual level, aka nihas, better known as know thyself. Last one, wrapping it up again, I appreciate it. Right thinking philosophy will help transform you from what? Not knowing yourself to what? Knowing yourself. That's the goal. That's my purpose. I'm trying to be, that's my mission personally. It's personal for me. We start out ignorant of ourselves. Okay. But we know ourselves, that's the lower nature. We ignorant of our higher self. That's when you become transformed, and with metamorphosis happens when you become spiritually enlightened, aka once you know thyself. That's the transformation from ignorance of self to knowing thyself. That's the butterfly effect. You can remain caterpillar. Here we go. Ignorant, or you can transform into that spiritual butterfly by becoming what? The right thinker. To know thyself. If you spiritually self-ignorant, that's by choice. Gaining self-knowledge has been the right thing also by choice. You're welcome to come on board and follow and partake. I invite all. Everyone and everything what changes either over time or by choice. Your body ain't gonna stay the same whether you like it or not. So it was good to know that body emotion stays in motion. So physical activity for the body is paramount to a long life. I see guys at the gym, they in their 80s. I want to be one of them guys. Why? Because for 80, you still going to the gym? I'm just saying, that's desire. That's want to. Okay, that's spiritually enlightened beings taking care of the other part of their body, which is the physical part. They're not in there trying to become Atlas or no, just enough. I'm there doing that. See, I know. Old man gave me that. A little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. I continue to do a little bit of something in honor of him. So I'm never going to do nothing. Moving on, last one, I appreciate you again. Right thinkers who transform themselves through daily practice of my right thinking philosophy become better people to those around them and anybody they encounter. That's the whole purpose. You being your best you. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got more. I'll be back.